Welcome to the Heal Your Hunger Show, where we get to the heart of why you overeat and how to stop. If you struggle with food and weight like I did, welcome home. Welcome everybody to the Heal Your Hunger Show. So happy to have you here. It is a great day to be alive, and I think now more than ever, I really mean that. It's just, what's going on right now in the world makes us super grateful, doesn't it? Just to be alive, just to wake up and be able to draw a really nice deep breath. So yeah, it's putting everything in perspective. So happy to have you here. And I'm really excited about today's show. If you happen to have coronavirus, I want to tell you, my heart goes out to you and you will pull through it. And I'm just really, I've talked to a couple of friends who have had it or are going through it right now. And, they're getting through it. They're getting through it because they're healthy and they're taking good care of themselves. So the fact that you're listening right now means that you want to take good care of yourself, and you probably already are. So really, really glad to have you here. If you're here for the first time, really, really grateful to have you here. This is where you come when you just feel out of control of food and you want to start feeling more in control around food, because guess what? We ditch the diets and we focus on the underlying causes of emotional eating, which was what my problem was. I was 50 pounds overweight and couldn't stop eating. And it was not until I addressed emotional eating that I was able to finally just have a different relationship with food, a much healthier one. So today's show is going to be a recording from my live class in my series, Don't Eat the House. Okay, now that we're cooped up in our homes, it's harder than ever to not eat the house. And so this is class 2, where I talk about stir-crazy success strategies. And it's a little bit longer class. And so it'll be a longer recording, obviously, but hopefully this will bring you a lot of hope and great ideas for how you can get through these really crazy times at home. If you've got family at home and you feel like you're on top of each other, these strategies are going to work for you to get some more balance in your life, emotional balance and physical balance. And if you live alone, these are going to be some great strategies for self-care and really, really being your best friend. So I hope this helps you. As I said, I recorded this live from actually in the Secret Sauce group, and that's where all these classes are taking place. So next time, join us. Just jump into the Secret Sauce group by going to Facebook and typing in Secret Sauce, and next time be there with us live, because it's really fun. Everybody's commenting and joining and liking each other's comments, and it's really, it's that feeling of community and being there with others that we so desperately need right now. So thanks so much for listening. I love you so much. And if I can be a friend to you and also assist you in following a step-by-step plan for overcoming emotional eating, please reach out. Lastly, you can actually go to the show notes and access the checklist that I talk about on this show. So just go to the show notes at healyourhunger.com for this particular episode and download the checklist and then play with us. It'll be fun. Thanks so much. And let's have a listen. Welcome everybody to today's class. This class is called Stir Crazy Survival Strategies. So yeah, we're going to get into some of those strategies. I'm really, really happy to be here with you. And thank you so much for showing up live. That means the world to me. And, for those who are perhaps tuning in later, we are here in the Secret Sauce group, the Secret Sauce to End Emotional Eating. That's where it all goes down. This is the place to be, friends. I'm going to be doing more and more classes, more and more, challenges and things that can help you really stay out of the kitchen, because if you have any kind of emotional eating tendency, you know that right now is a hard time. And I'm telling you, friends, it's hard for everybody. I mean, the crazy thing is, I have friends who, are very supportive of my work. They just think it's great, but they don't see themselves as emotional eaters. And all of a sudden, I was literally talking to a friend earlier who was saying, Tricia, it's out of control. Like I'm I'm basically like eating all the time now. He's like, I've got a perfect excuse. The food's in the house. Usually my boundary is I don't bring it in the house. He's like, now I got to bring it into the house. Otherwise I'm standing in lines at the store. So if you find that now is harder than ever to not overeat, not get into carby, snacky foods, please post in the chat. We really appreciate your participation. Hey, Chris. Hey, Adria. Great to see you here. But yeah, post in the chat. Here's how this works. Your participation and your feedback juices me. Okay. It helps me keep going. So you're supporting me when you do post, and that really, really helps me. So I want to thank you for that. But, this is a series called, basically called Don't Eat the House, because I think more than ever, it's hard not to eat the house and not to eat yourself out of house and home because we have all this food available, right? Hi, Maria. So it's just really important that we focus in on what is it that's driving us nuts, what's driving us to the kitchen and driving us to overeat. So I'm covering different topics in this series, okay? And so today we're covering kind of going stir crazy and what we can do. And I have a challenge for you guys. And actually, I'm going to note right now that in the Facebook group is a document. You can get it on the files. On the side, there's files, and it's class number 2 file. Also, if you scroll down, I posted a Dropbox link where if you click on that link, it will download it to your computer. This is a checklist that I want you to access, and it's best if you print it out and reference it throughout the several weeks that we have ahead of us, because these are going to be your lifesavers. These are going to keep you from going stir crazy. And I'm doing a little challenge with some prizes so that we can participate together and support each other in this, because it's harder to do things that are self-caring, things that, get us out of ourselves. It's harder to do those things if we don't have support. So it's really important that we do this together. And that's why this is going to be, it's a checklist for you to reference, but there's a little contest in it as well, just to like up the ante a little bit and make it easier for you to follow through. So yeah, so go ahead and download that checklist. That's what I'm going to be referencing today. So if you download it and bring it up in your computer in a box or whatever, and you can click to it when I'm going through that, that would be wonderful. Also, I just want to tell you, if you're here for the first time, like if you just joined the Secret Sauce group, thank you and welcome. Really, really welcome. I'm really, really happy to see you. And what we do here is we just, basically, my business is called Heal Your Hunger, and I give you Heal Your Hunger strategies at, excuse me, and I do this because I was somebody who had a hard time staying out of the kitchen. I was somebody who used to eat the house. I was 50 pounds overweight, miserable with my weight. Let me tell you, it was so hard for me, to have this weight issue because it really plagued me. It was hard for me because I was out of control of food. So no matter what diet I did, no matter what exercise plan I had, it didn't seem to matter. Like I couldn't lose the weight and keep it off. So I tried everything. I tried pills and potions and lotions and, therapy, eating disorders therapy, 12-step programs, you name it, self-help books, you name it. I tried it. And I'm telling you, it didn't really put a dent in my eating, my overeating, which I soon and finally came to see as emotional eating. And that was when I started to turn the corner and get better, is when I learned that I was dyed in the wool emotional eater, dyed in the wool. And basically, my problem was I ate for emotional reasons. I ate when I was sad. I'm pretty much all emotions I ate over, but especially when times are tough, especially in times like now, which of course we've never had this before. It's unprecedented, but this is, a super stressful situation. Whenever I was in stress, I would turn to food. Food was my fallback. That's what I did. And so what happened for me is when I started to address the underlying causes of emotional eating, that's when I got better. That's when I was able to keep the weight off. And I had lost 50 pounds and I have been able to keep it off for over 30 years now. So I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. I mean, I was a yo-yoer, so I'd be up 30, down 20, up 10, up 20, down 20. I mean, I was all over the map. Does anybody relate to that? And do you relate to having different size pants in your closet? That was me. I must have had like 5 different sizes. I must have had like size 8, 10, 12, maybe even a 14. That's about 4 sizes, but never a 6. I never got down to a 6, when I was on that, on that plan. So, of trying to lose weight on my own and also making it about the weight. So, please post here if you relate to at any time in your life having different size clothes because you were a yo-yoer. Okay. I appreciate your participation here so much. Maria, thank you. Hey, Kim. Hey, Jackie, Dee. So glad you're here. Yeah. So let's talk about, the fact that right now we're all holed up in our house, our houses, and we are in quarantine or whatever you call it, settling or stay at home, or they've got lots of names for it. But now, more than ever, we're stuck at home. And, it's a different reality for us right now. The restaurants are closed, only essentials are open. You can only go to the grocery store. There might be lines at your grocery store. There are no retail shops open. I mean, it's crazy, right? If you live in a city, it is ghost town. I'm in a city right now. So I told you yesterday in the sauce group that I'd taken a trip, and that's exactly what happened on Friday. I essentially moved from Los Angeles to Maine, Portland, Maine. I have family here in Maine. And it's a lot less hectic here because coronavirus is a lot lower in terms of cases, and hopefully it stays that way. Who knows? But the bottom line is I'm here close to my family. And even though we have to keep social distancing from each other, we went on a walk on the beach yesterday at a long arm's length, about 6 to 10 feet away from each other. But we got to talk, we got to catch up, and it was really wonderful. So yeah, basically, we're stuck at home wherever we are. Now I'm stuck at home at my transitional home. I'm here stuck in the house as well. So, and yesterday we went and bought a bunch of food, and it's sitting here on my counters and in my refrigerator. So we're all in that position, right? We got to stock up on the food. And FYI, my next class is going to be about food fears, okay? A fear of eating all the food that's in your kitchen. So stay tuned for that. We're doing that on Tuesday. So, and I'll have another, I'm going to actually have a really cool assessment for that. So check back in the Secret Sauce group for that class and the assessment that you can download. So back to the topic at hand, that is, when we do feel stir crazy, that's when we tend to eat, right? That's when we go to the kitchen. That's when we're like, like, what can I do? I'm so bored, and that's what we addressed the other day, boredom eating. But, we're just sort of at a loss of what to do with ourselves. That's when we go to the kitchen. That's when we're like, let's eat, that's at least something we can do. And so it's really important that we address the stir crazy stuff. And I know a lot of you are parents, and I just want to say that I don't have tips today for what, for exercise. Like, not all tips today are going to be things you can do with your kids. A lot of these things are things that I want you to do for yourself. And the more you do them for yourself, the better your kids are going to be, because a lot of these things are self-caring. I'm going to take these earrings off. A lot of these things are self-caring, and they're going to make you a better parent. They're going to make you a better mom, because you're going to be more emotionally stable. You're going to be more grounded, more just at peace with yourself. Because let's face it, when we're stressed out, when we're at our wit's end, we're not our best around other people. Okay, we're snappy, bitchy, grumpy. I do it too. So, and I don't have kids, which is a good thing for the kids I didn't have. But I know a lot of you are parents, and you're at home, with kids who aren't going to school. And I feel for you. I know that's tough. So let's talk about some stir crazy solutions. Okay. Survival strategies. And I'm going to pull this up here. Go ahead and pull up your class 2 handout. Okay, and thanks so much for posting here. Let me know you're here. If you're new and you just joined us, please go ahead and post in the comment section. Say, hey, I've got the little thing. I'm going to try to multitask and see your comments at the same time. Joanne, hey girl, so glad. Sweet. Find teddy bears in windows during walks and rides. I love that. Yeah, there's a lot of silver linings. And if you guys haven't tuned into my podcast, I did a podcast on silver linings. So go to iTunes and check out the Heal Your Hunger show. And I give even more tips also about overcoming emotional eating. I have experts that I interview and that kind of thing. But I have to tell you, I record all my shows right here in the Secret Sauce group. So really always check here first. And if you're not on my email list, go to healyourhunger.com, and in the bottom right-hand corner of the home page, you can actually sign up to get my newsletter and announcements about upcoming classes. But I always post it here in the Secret Sauce group, so definitely tune in here. So Elizabeth, good to see you. The handout is in the files section in the Secret Sauce group. So over on the sidebar, I think it's the right side, you'll see files, and you can grab it there. Thanks, Adria, for putting that in there. So, thank you. I appreciate the support. So let's get started, okay? So let's talk about some stir-crazy survival strategies, and then let's talk about the contest and the prizes when you play with me, okay? So the very first 6 of these, or the very first 5 at least, yes, the very first 5, the 6th one is further down the line here, but the very first 5 of these are part of what I call the self-care success secrets. And these are things that my clients who are part of my program are doing, and they're ninja at it. They are like, this is like second nature. It's like brushing their teeth, okay? And that's why they're getting big results and overcoming emotional eating, okay? Because they're practicing these self-care secrets. So these are super, super important. Let's talk about these. Meditation. I mean, okay, everybody knows they should meditate, but who has time to meditate? Usually we don't think we have time. Guess what? Now you have time because of the coronavirus. Thank you, coronavirus. Okay, and let's talk about meditation, why it's so important. Well, you might be feeling some anxiety or stress right now. Did you know that meditation improves anxiety levels 60% of the time? Okay, did you know that it relieves symptoms of insomnia? Someone in here talked about not being able to sleep. I think that was, who was that? D. You talked about not being able to sleep. Meditation relieves insomnia 75% of the time. You know, and also it can reduce the risk of being hospitalized for coronary disease 87% of the time. And one more statistic, it can increase your productivity by 120%. So let's face it, meditation is powerful. You already know it. I don't have to tell you, I'm just reminding you of it. But I will tell you that, you know, my clients who meditate on a regular basis and they are doing it and they're getting huge results, you know, it's lessening their need to overeat, okay? And this has been a practice of mine for 30 years to meditate twice a day. And I always tell people that second meditation in the afternoon before you eat dinner will lessen the amount of calories you eat by about 200 calories, okay? So I haven't done empirical studies on this. It's anecdotal, but really, you're gonna eat less if you meditate, if you bring your stress level down before entering the kitchen at 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. So we've got a lot to cover here. So I'm going to keep going, but meditation, so powerful for anxiety and stress more than anything. Prayer is so powerful, and it does not matter what your religious leanings are, what your beliefs are, or if you even believe. Studies have shown that if you pray, just pray to the universe or pray to, you know, find something that you can feel some kind of connection with. You pray, I will tell you, you will get benefits. It's been proven that physiologically inside your body and also in terms of your mood and your emotions and your sense of stability, prayer will help, okay? So prayer is so powerful. I'm praying more than ever right now. And I find, tell me if you find that you're praying more, and tell me if you're also feeling more connection, like you're more present with your prayers. I find because, you know, the stakes are so high right now and I don't want to get sick and I don't want to die, I am praying and I'm paying attention as I pray. Do you notice that? Have you noticed that you're a little bit more fervent in your connection with God? Like you're like, God, hello? Like, I need your help now. Does anybody feel that way? I'm telling you, I feel more connected than ever because I'm like, I ain't fooling around. Like, I'm not just doing it by rote. I'm like, God, let's talk. Okay. So prayer is so powerful. Reading spiritual literature. You don't, as I said, you don't have to believe in anything, necessarily religious, but literature that's uplifting. You know, that's really what I consider spiritual. It's not religious. It's just something that's uplifting, something that's soulful, something that's about really, you know, understanding that we are all one, that there's a higher order in what we're going through, that we don't totally understand why we're going through this. But rest assured, you know, there are good things coming from it, just like the silver linings. We're spending more time with family. You know, we're praying more. We might have time to meditate now. We might have time to learn a new language. There are amazing things happening. So there is divine order even in the chaos. And I get that when I read spiritual literature, when I am reminded through reading spiritual literature. But as I read spiritual literature, you might have like a daily reader or something. As I read these things, it just brings my stress level down. It's like it gets me calm and centered. So pick up something. There's so many different things, spiritual books you can order on Amazon or just free things you can find on the internet. Writing and journaling, again, another thing that studies have proven to bring us emotional stability and a feeling of calm. So if you're feeling stir crazy, you know, take it to the paper. I mean, take it to the paper. Several times this week, I've pulled up a Word document on my computer and I've just rambled off a bunch of thoughts and feelings because I feel overloaded. And as I said, more than ever, I'm like, I mean it. Like I'm doing this stuff not because it's a good idea. I need it because I need juice from it. So when I write down my feelings, and I write anything, I just spill it there and it brings me, what it does is it helps me empty out the crazy thoughts in my head. So just write, very random stuff or just write basically what's in your head. Make sure nobody can read it because it probably doesn't sound too sane. Lock your Word document or just put a notebook under your bed or something, but spill that stuff out. Don't hold on to it. And that's the beautiful thing about journaling is you get it out of here and onto paper. And that makes a huge difference and helps you just kind of let the crazies. It's kind of like you're letting the squirrel out of the cage. Okay. So let the squirrel out of the cage at least once a day, but just spill in some of your thoughts and feelings and fears, right? We've all got fears right now. They're a racing mind. What's going to happen? What's going to happen to my family? When is this going to end? How long is my money going to last? There's a lot of high anxiety. Writing is a beautiful way to dump that out so you don't have to hold on to it. And Adria said, writing is my number one go-to for figuring out where her feelings are coming from. That's beautiful. So, so great. And Maria says, prayer is making me get real about what I really want this time to be about, how to make it alive time instead of dead time. I love that. That's beautiful. Let's talk about walking. Walking is so powerful and can really just help you get out of the crazies, right? So get out of your house. If your family is driving you nuts, just say, if you have the ability to leave the house, just say, I'll see you guys in 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Put your earbuds in. Go for a walk. The American Heart Association, American College of Sports Medicine says that when able-bodied adults do moderate intensity exercise, such as brisk walking for at least 30 minutes, 5 days a week, it is going to help them get healthier, okay? And Harvard Health reported that 1 mile is equal to about 100 calories burned. Now, I don't walk to burn calories. I walk because it brings me mental health and physical health, but I don't get into how much I walk and how long or whatever. I mean, that's not 100% true. I have a counter on my phone, on my iPhone that tells me how much I walk. And I like to hit about 5,000 steps a day. I'm not real rigorous about it. 5,000 steps feels good to me. Sometimes it's more, sometimes I'm just slightly under that. So it doesn't have to be a lot. That's like a couple miles. But the most important thing about walking for me is the mental health part. Okay. It just brings my head into clarity. I went for a walk this morning in downtown Portland. It was ghost town, but I got to look at all the shops and I thought, well, if the shops are open, I'd definitely go to that one. Like I saw some really cute clothes. I'm like, damn, I wish I could go into that store. So yeah, things are a little weird right now, but the bottom line, it was just so nice to just get out. It's a rainy day. I had my LL Bean raincoat on and I just walked and it just was so nice. And I actually spoke on the phone. I think it was my sister who called and we had a nice conversation. So walking can really help get your head straight. And I really recommend it, especially when you have other people in the house, because it's a time out. It's time away from family, from stress, from noise, and just brings you back down to center. And I will say it's a great way to change your state if you're feeling like you got to munch out, you know, put your earbuds in and put it on a music, you know, Pandora or Spotify, and listen to some of your favorite tunes. And I also like to walk and pray. And I talk out loud to God because I got my earbuds in and people think I'm talking to a friend, which I guess I am. But it's just so, so helpful for bringing down the stress and the anxiety. Adria asks, is it best to be alone? Not necessarily. I mean, I like to do both. You know, I do a kind of a walk, pray every day where I say my prayers and I walk. So I do that alone. Sometimes when I'm staying at my mom's, she'll say, oh, when she hears I'm going out, she's like, I'll walk with you. And I'm like, Mom, I got to pray. And so she knows now, you know, or she forgets. And then I remind her that I like to pray and walk, but then I'll always make a point to go with her later and we'll walk together and talk. So that is just as wonderful. It's just different, right? And if you have, you know, a time that you like to spend alone while you're walking, do that, but also do it with a friend as well. They're both wonderful. Andy said, I find writing helps me get honest with myself. Guys, these comments are awesome. Thank you so much for leaving comments. It's really, really helpful, I'm sure. And if you haven't left a comment, please say hey. We'd love to hear from you. Okay, let's keep going here. Exercise, I put that in a different category than walking because it's like, you know, exercise for exercise's sake. And I take a class some days during the week, which is a bar class where I'm doing weights and I'm lifting my legs and I'm, you know, working muscles, and it's different than walking. Walking to me is more mental health. Of course, it's physical health as well. I just don't think of it in those terms. But so exercise, if you have an exercise class, a yoga class, you know, now there's free classes online. Access those. There's YouTube videos. I mean, there's so much online now. We're finally exploring what we have available to us. That's probably been available to us for a long time, but we're finally getting into it because we're forced to, right? So many things we don't do until we're forced. So definitely some kind of exercise, but don't go crazy with it. Make it about self-care, not about weight loss. And if you're somebody who has struggled with weight loss, you know, or if you're one of my clients, which there are many clients on here, you know, just you know my drum that I beat, which is about getting out of the diet mentality. So don't think of exercise as losing weight, you know, focused or for the purpose of that. Make it about just being sweet to your body, which means don't overdo it. Don't go crazy with it. Don't do it to your detriment. Like if your knees are hurting or there's some part of your body hurting, don't push through that. Honor your body. You know, but honor your body also by moving it and getting the energy moving and the muscles moving and strengthening. So Kimmy said, I love to talk to God when I'm walking. God's a good listener, right on. So playing an instrument, or do we have any instrument players here? Please post, if you play an instrument, post what instrument you play. So good for mental health to play an instrument. It's amazing. Also, besides playing an instrument, is singing. Are you a singer? Do you sing? There's a difference, okay? So, I mean, we're all singers, but some people are professional singers. Love to hear about it in the chat. If you can post that, I'd love to honor you and the fact that you have an amazing voice and you're not bragging. If you're right in here, Marie plays a guitar. Super cool. I am so jelly. Congratulations. That takes a lot of work and focus. But singing has Adria, clarinet and piano. That's awesome. So singing has amazing health benefits. And I just want to talk a little bit about that. You know, singing actually strengthens your immune system. So if you're wanting to get stronger, guess what? Sing. And go for a walk and sing if you're worried about people hearing you. And guess what? There's not too many people outside right now. So you can sing at the top of your lungs and nobody will probably hear you. Sing to your music, get Adele in your player on your earphones and sing to Adele. You can really belt it out with her because she belts it out. But also singing is a natural antidepressant, okay? And it helps reduce stress. So it's so, so wonderful to sing, and whatever you got to do. If your family's at home, sing with your family. That's going to amp it up as well. Why? Because of the oxytocin that you're going to generate in your body. And we're going to talk about that. Singing, playing an instrument, singing, and dancing will increase your oxytocin levels. Okay, and oxytocin is this wonderful hormone in our bodies. It's known as the love molecule, okay? And it's a chemical foundation for trusting others. It's literally about human connection, oxytocin. And we have this in our bodies, and it's activated by positive social interactions and also activities that bring us joy, okay? So singing, dancing, taking a bath, these things all will increase your oxytocin levels. Being on social media, believe it or not, okay? This is a social hormone. So when you're online, and I think Linda said she doesn't love online, and that's okay. Telephone is even better because it's real talking to people. But if you are online interacting, liking other people's posts and commenting, guess what? That's going to increase your oxytocin as well. And this is going to help your body, help your immune system get those hormones flowing. Let's talk about taking a bath. That's the next one. Actually, your oxytocin levels will go up when you take a bath as well. I just had a bath last night. Amazing. And I don't consider myself a bath person because I'm like, it's so slow to draw the water. I'm very impatient. It's very slow to draw the water. It's slow to sit there. But I did it, and I'm like, oh, this is fun. And I was that way as a kid, to be honest. Like I was like always whining about taking a bath, and always had so much fun when I did. Especially when I was in there with my sister. We had a lot of fun. Calling a friend. Okay, just like Linda was talking about, calling a friend, boosting your oxytocin levels, but the connection. We need this more than ever, and I'm sure you're feeling it. We've got to connect. We cannot fall into isolation because that leads to overeating, that leads to depression, leads to anxiety. So it's really important that you do pick up the phone and talk to friends, and at least once a day. And this is on your list. So this is going to be part of your challenge, okay? Really, really, really important. So pick up the phone, talk to somebody, connect, leave messages on the voicemail. That's going to count as well. Also texting friends. I find myself texting a lot, but talking more than texting now, which we all have time for this. And it's just bringing us back to the basics, but texting with friends, sending cute memes or sending emojis and that kind of thing. That is going to amp your oxytocin. That's going to make you feel better. That's going to make you feel connected. This can help with the stir crazies. Okay. Zoom call with family or group. I mean, isn't Zoom awesome? I mean, people in my programs, we do Zoom meetings. We've been doing it for years, but now the whole world's on Zoom, and it's wonderful because we're realizing that we can still have connection. We can still have a heart-to-heart connection on Zoom, on video. So if you do Zoom, try to do the video. Don't be self-conscious. Get on there. It doesn't matter what you look like. Just let people see you, be seen and heard, okay? And see others and hear them, because this is going to keep us feeling connected. Who knows? We might be healthier at the end of this coronavirus, if we survive it. If we're going to be healthier, and we will survive it, by the way, but we'll be healthier in some ways than we were before it started. Maybe that's the silver lining here, is we've learned how to take care of our mental and physical health. The stakes are higher and we're paying attention. Who knows? If you think that's one of the benefits of this, please put yes in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I mean, you can put amen too. I respond to amens. They really make me feel good just to know that I'm heard. So yeah, calling a friend, texting a friend, Zooming, sending a card or package. A couple weeks ago when this first happened, I got my cards out. I have a stack of cards that I save for when there's a birthday or I want to thank somebody. And I sent off some cards. I felt so powerless over what was happening. I was so distraught about it that I thought, I've got to take some action. And I wrote out cards to some different family members and sent them off. So it's a great feeling. Again, we're getting back to basics, the old fashioned way, sending a card. It's like in a lost art, bring it back again, make a card. A friend of mine just made a card for his son, because the stores are closed. I mean, it's just such a beautiful, beautiful thing. Making art, speaking of making things, are you somebody who's artistic? Post what your art is, please, in the comment. Let's hear about it. Are you a knitter? Are you a crafts person? Are you a quilter? Are you a collage person, an artist, a painter? Please post here. I'd love to hear about it. Really, really sweet. I am a painter. I haven't painted in a few years because I don't really have the space for it right now. But gosh, talk about mental health benefits. So wonderful being creative in that way. So let's hear about it if you are an art person. Okay, please post what your art is. Let's go to the top of the list here. Learning something online. What do you want to learn online? Have you decided to learn something? I was in the shower earlier and I decided to take a course. So I'm going to take a course on something technical, which is something I hate. I do not like to learn technical things because it just sort of like short circuits my brain at times, so I'm afraid it will. It doesn't, right? I'm a smart girl. I'm afraid, let's be clear, I'm afraid it's gonna make me feel all nudgy and short-circuited, so I haven't done it. Now's the time. I just committed to myself I was gonna take a course to learn something I've been afraid to learn. Is there something you're afraid to learn? Go ahead and post it here. Thanks so much for posting. It's awesome. Jackie says, this isn't art per se, but I'm newly into plants, indoor plants. I love it. That's very artistic. Gardening's so good for the soul. That's awesome. Library audiobooks. Awesome, Joanne. How cool is that? I love it. Okay, cool. So how about cooking? Is anybody cooking more on account of coronavirus? I am. Hello. Normally I'm like, I can't deal with cooking. I live in LA. I've got really great natural foods restaurants around me and health food stores. I don't need to cook. And guess what? Now I have to cook. I'm being forced to cook. So this is a big silver lining for me, is that I'm cooking now and I'm discovering easy ways to make really delicious, healthy meals. But cooking is a great stir-crazy survival strategy. If it's not your thing, if it really drives you crazy, if you want to get out of the kitchen and don't want to be in there, any more than you have to, maybe cooking isn't a stir-crazy survival strategy. But for some, it can be very therapeutic, and especially when you have kids at home and you get them involved, okay? So that's a beautiful thing to do that creates community and connection, is to cook with your kids, for sure. And to get them taking responsibility for what they eat, and preparing it. And it might help you minimize some of the waste, okay, which is something we need more than ever right now. Making love, how about that? Yeah, that made it to the list for sure, okay? This is something that if you have a partner, you can do. Don't go out and get one just for this purpose. But the bottom line is, we're at home more with our loved ones, and why not, right? Why not get closer to our loved ones now? Why not use this extra time to just cuddle up more? So much of the time relationships fall by the wayside because we're so busy, because we're focused on the kids, because we're focused on making money, okay? And it's like we lose the art of lovemaking. And I just think now, I'm curious, I was thinking the other day, I thought, I wonder if this is going to be like baby boomer time. When people came back from the war and did a whole lot of baby making. I wonder if we're going to see a spike in baby making or childbirths on account of coronavirus, because everybody's stuck at home. So get the habits of the rabbits going on. So anyway, making love made it to the list. Absolutely. Increase oxytocin. You bet you. You bet you booty. Cleaning something in the house. Do you have a shelf that's messy? Do you have an office that's messy? Do you have a closet that's messy? Come on, admit it if you do. I do. I definitely do. I left it behind in LA, so now I don't have to clean it. I got out of that one. But the bottom line is, this is a great time to clean something that you just haven't felt like you had the time. So, and it doesn't have to be sparkly clean, but now you got some time. So this can actually help you, help you feel better about yourself, about your surroundings. It can actually help with depression, you know, and organizing is the same way, organizing something. You know that according to WebMD, decluttering items around you can boost your physical and mental energy. And also researchers at Princeton University Neuroscience Institute discovered that clutter can make it harder to focus on a task at hand. I know that's true for me. When my office is messy, I'm messy. Like my head is discombobulated. I'm not thinking or I'm in focused as much. So basically, when we do clean things up, you know, it's gonna help us with depression. It's gonna help us with fatigue. Also, unfinished projects. You know, when we sort of get back on the horse with some projects that we left undone, it's going to increase our sense of just feeling good about ourselves. Or we'll be more restful. We'll feel restored. So organizing can really do that. It can really help your mental health. Okay, it can help the stir crazies. Gratitude. Everybody knows how effective a gratitude list is. If you haven't written a gratitude list in a while, now's your chance, okay? Because what we think on grows. I mean, what we think on grows. So the beautiful thing is that when we write a list, and it doesn't have to be a long list, okay? So, I mean, literally 5 things a day that you're grateful for. So thanks, Lisa, for your very sweet comments. But 5 things on a gratitude list can totally help your mental health, okay? Get you in a better frame of mind. And you can even do a gratitude chain with other friends, okay? So start a gratitude chain. Say to 5 friends, hey, want to do a gratitude chain where every morning we list 5 things we're grateful for, or at the end of the day, we list 5 things we're grateful for. Start a gratitude chain with friends and see how much better you feel. Really, really helpful. Okay, next thing, breathing exercises. So important. I have a breathing exercise that I do when I can't sleep at night. And I actually put this, I did an interview with Dr. Sue Morter, who's a friend of mine, and she's just amazing. And she taught me this breathing exercise. And my friend Jackie, who's on here, taught me a breathing exercise the other day, fire breathing. So breathing exercises can definitely help oxygenate your body, give you more energy, just help you feel more like alive and come out of a slump. And it does help, you know, breathing exercises can help me fall asleep. So super, super great way to just change your state. You know, we get into slumps. There's no question about it. We get into slumps. And now more than ever, being at home, being stuck with other people who are noisy and making messes and fighting if we got kids at home, or maybe we live alone and all that's happening up here. You know, whichever it is, whether it's real or it's happening between your ears, now's the time to try some of these things to help get the stir crazies out of there. So, hey, we're making a lot of progress here. We're 2/3 of the way through. Thanks for bearing with me. Really appreciate it. Jackie got a shout. Fire breath is your jam. Well, thank you. And I actually taught it to my clients the other day. So thank you for that. 3 meals with no snacks. I call this 3-meal magic, and I've been interviewed several times recently on the news, and I'm telling everybody about it. So it's called 3-meal magic. I didn't make it up. It's been around for who knows how long. I don't know, centuries upon centuries maybe. 3 meals a day with nothing in between, okay? This is gonna be one of your best don't eat the house strategies. 3-meal magic is a way for you to, you know, feed yourself properly, you know, a proper breakfast, a proper lunch, a proper dinner. And by proper, I mean healthy and nutritious and satisfying, good fats, you know, slow burning carbs and vegetables and protein, okay? Carbs are optional. If you gain weight easily, you know, definitely minimize the carbs. But bottom line is good, nutritious meals. I'm not talking about diet food. I'm talking about food that just tastes good that you can do ongoing. So the important thing about this, though, is you eat the meal, you clean the dishes, and you get the hell out of the kitchen, okay? So 3-meal magic has been a lifesaver to me. All my clients are practicing it. They're ninja at it, you know, and it's giving them some boundaries around their food time. So they're getting out of snacking, and they're just really, really finally just getting some order, some balance, and some regularity, which does have other benefits of the same name, to their eating. Okay, so I highly, highly recommend that. Drinking 8 glasses of water, you know, I wrote this when I wrote the survival strategies. I thought, I'm not sure I drink 8 glasses of water, so my water consumption is going up on account of this. Yeah, I mean, I drink some things. I drink a lot of liquids every day, but sometimes it's not straight up water. Sometimes it's like tea or like a, you know, flavored drink or something like that with stevia, sweetened stevia or something, sugar-free, but water, straight up water, 8 glasses, okay? If you drink 8 glasses of water, please post it here in the chat, you know, because I want to shout out to you, because I think that's fantastic, and I'm going to work on that one. So drinking 8 glasses of water a day. Here's a good one. Being fully present with a loved one. Do you know this is going to boost your oxytocin in a big way? Being fully present with a loved one. And I read an article that talked about listening with your eyes. So instead of being glued to an electronic device, give the person who's talking to you your complete attention. Watch their face and listen and watch to what he or she is telling you. So this is your challenge, is to listen with your eyes. I just love that. Isn't that beautiful? Listen with your eyes. So that's really how we can be present with a loved one, is let them know we're really paying attention. We're not going, and looking at our phones, right? So easy to do that. Dee, she always has a water bottle with her. Way to go, Dee. Sue, so great. So awesome. And Lisa says, I'm so grateful for 3 Meal Magic. Beautiful. Way to go, Lisa. So yeah, being fully present with a loved one, I think that's probably one of the best, most beneficial of these strategies, and something we can really practice right now. We've got no excuses not to. And we all need reminders, right? I mean, most of the people, I'd say probably all the people, anybody who shows, let's put it this way, anybody who shows up in my tribe, anybody who's in the Secret Sauce group, anybody who is an emotional eater or has struggled with food and weight, or just has had trouble, you know, with emotions, we're empaths, right? We're amazing people with big hearts. We're caring people. Okay, and that's the beautiful thing. So many of these things are going to resonate with you, and you probably are super caring about your family and friends. Sometimes we can go overboard with it and be people pleasers or caretakers, so we got to watch that as well. But really, you guys, you are beautiful, beautiful people. And so being present with your loved ones is something, you know, we just all need, we can boost up. You're probably already doing it, and we can just kind of up level it one more notch. Okay, here's some fun ones. I love putting these in here. Giving yourself or someone else a facial. Why not look online for, you know, home facials, okay? Home remedies or home facials, whether it's yogurt you're using or oatmeal you're using or whatever, some basic ingredients to do a facial for yourself or somebody else. Doesn't that sound awesome? And now we have the time. I love that. It's like we really don't have an excuse not to. We've got nowhere to go. So give yourself or someone a facial. And if you do, you're going to get a point for these. So the bottom line is, if you've printed out this sheet, reference the sheet, you know that you get 1 point for everything on here, okay? And we're going to be doing a contest so that you score yourself every day for 7 days. So give yourself or someone else a facial. Either one counts. Give yourself or someone else a manicure. Give yourself or someone else a pedicure, okay? You get where I'm going with this stuff? And guess what? Gifting other people, giving to other people is going to boost your oxytocin levels. It's going to make you feel better. So it's going to make you feel better too if you do it for yourself, because chances are if you're here, you're not doing too many good things for yourself. You're saving them for other people. So definitely do these things for yourself, but obviously do them for other people can be really fun, or do them together with somebody. That works as well, and that counts as well. The last two, giving someone a massage. Do you have strong hands? I do. Massages are my superpower. Ever since I was a kid, I've had strong hands, and I love kneading people's shoulders and necks and backs. And I'm telling you, people love it. Very few people are going to say no to that. Okay. So, giving your partner, giving your kids, Giving anybody, if you're living with somebody, a massage is amazing. If you don't live with anybody, give it to yourself, okay? So that counts too. Giving a massage to yourself counts too. You get a point for that. Start with your legs. You know, while you're watching TV, just start massaging your calf muscles. Massage, you know, your thighs. Do your arms. The stress relieving it feels. Your hands, massage your hands. Really get in there and just like shake it out. So good for your body. You know, we can't go get a massage right now. I'm really bummed about that, by the way. So go ahead and give yourself a massage. Definitely counts. But if somebody's around you, you're going to score some big cheese points if you give them a massage. And lastly, give them a good head rub. Okay, head rub or scratch. I mean, people are putty in your hands, and you know this if you've done it. Give somebody a head rub or a head scratch or a head rub and then scratch, or a scratch and then rub, and experience the gift of giving, okay? Experience the gift of giving. This is harder to do for yourself, frankly. This is really for somebody else, but it is just lovely to see the joy and to see the relaxation and the appreciation that comes from giving somebody a good head scratch or rub. So massaging the pets, Joanne, I didn't even think about the pets. I'm not a pet person, so thanks for reminding me. Yes, this works for pets too. Totally counts. So here are the tips, guys. These are 30 tips for getting out of the stir crazies, okay? Stir crazy survival strategies. Here's what we're gonna do, okay? We're doing 7 days. 7 days of scoring yourself. And I scored myself on here. I think I got a 9 for today. Okay. So we're not talking trying to get 30 here. Okay. That might create crazies to try to get to 30 stir crazy remedies. So this is not to go crazy about. This is to do just to up your level of self-care, up your level of connection and community with others. Okay. So Dee says she feels better already. This is beautiful. Love it. So yeah, so I want you to score yourself. And the challenge is, and the only way you can win the prize is to post in the Facebook group. Okay. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to print out the sheet for sure, so you can reference these things. Okay, these are going to be your lifesaver while you're stuck at home. And just every day, score yourself. Go through this, you know, just see how many you can do. You know, pick the ones that seem like something you can do. If it's really out of your, you know, comfort range, then maybe it's not the right one for you. But pick ones that feel good to you, feel like something you'd like to do, and score yourself each day. Go ahead and post your score. If you post your score every day, that's going to help you keep it going, okay? Then when you don't score and you're just hiding out in the shadows, chances are you're going to fall off, okay? So, and this is, I'm not saying this is easy, okay? But it's doable, and you don't have to have a high score. My guess is it's, you know, the ones who are going to win are the ones who just play at all, okay? So here's the challenge to you is to play this game. Don't think you're going to lose just because you don't have 30. I'm telling you, I had 9 for today. 9. That's not bad. That's pretty good. So see if you can get some score. Score yourself each day. Post in the Facebook group. And on your the end of your 7th day, post your score, the average of all 7 days. And that's what we're going to be using as our measuring stick and our way of giving out the prizes. We've got 3 awesome prizes. We have our top prize is a meditation kit. Okay, this is like really nice. You get a mask, you get earplugs. You're getting a Heal Your Hunger door handle, like a thing that says I'm meditating, and you're going to get an essential oils meditation rub. Okay, so that's the top prize for the top number, and this is on the honor system. So definitely go in the honor system. But there's 2 other prizes. Okay, and the 2 other prizes are from friends of mine, and one friend, the prizes for this are going to, for the other 2 prizes are going to come from my friend Stephen Azell, and he owns a company called mygreenfills.com, mygreen, Green, fills, FILLS.com. This is a laundry detergent, an eco-friendly laundry detergent, refillable, laundry detergent, so you're not like cluttering the landfills with plastic bottles. Laundry detergent company, but he's got all kinds of things, and they're all natural and all naturally sourced, and the scents are all from essential oils. It's an amazing company. So he's agreed to give some prizes. So those are the 3 top prizes. And as I said, play this with yourself and with us so that you can get the benefits. Trust me, you're going to win just by doing this. But if you play, you're going to be a high chance of winning one of these prizes, okay? Because people tend to drop off, and I don't want that to happen to you. So please, please, please play. It'll be fun to have you. Go ahead and print this out. And just thank you all for being here. I didn't know how long we'd go. We've almost killed an hour here. So thanks for tuning in. What are some, I'd like to see in your comments. I'm just going to focus on the comments now. What are some things that you found most helpful? What are the tips that you feel like are really going to help you? Joanne said, what kind of stuff do I write on the card? I literally, if it's a cute card that kind of says a nice message, I'll just write a smiley face and a heart and sign my name. I'm not very verbose in cards. So I don't write a lot. It's just fun to get a card and just letting people know I love them. I'll say I love you, smiley face and a heart. That's kind of as deep as I go, but it's so wonderful. And my family members have already thanked me for the card, because who's expecting to get mail right now? Nobody. And I washed my hands before I sent the card too. Super, super important. So yeah, very sweet. And there are, pharmacies open, and pharmacies have cards right now. So that's kind of an essential store. So you can actually buy cards if you want to. So, so fun. In a card, thinking of you, Lisa. Thank you, Andy. Anything else that you guys found helpful? Any ahas or things that you didn't think of doing that you now think you might do? So, Lisa, I saw this card and thought of you. Thanks, everybody, for your comments. So wonderful to have you here. We'll go ahead and sign off, but I just want to thank you for participating. Be on our show. Our class next, it's going to happen on Tuesday on dealing with food fears. Okay. So definitely join us for that. So thank you all. Our class is officially over. Sending you much love, and please let's play this fun game that's going to benefit all of us as we play. So thank you guys. Love you so much. Love you, Maria. Thank you. Thanks, Elizabeth. Really appreciate you coming on today. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and yay, I'd love to hear your singing, Elizabeth. Sounds great. All the classes are at 12 p.m. noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Thanks, Adria, for being here. Love you guys. Adria and some of the people who are in my program, I'll see you later. We have a call later, so thanks so much. Yeah, great to have you guys. Love you, love you, love you. Pray as you walk and massages. Great, Joanne. Beautiful. You guys are the best. Thanks so much for being here, and thanks for being a part of the Secret Sauce group. Have a great day, okay? Thank you. Thanks, Linda. Bye, Joanne.
If you enjoyed this podcast and want to get free support, insider health info, exclusive invites to events, and more, visit healyourhunger.com.